Have you ever felt like you're doing everything right, but life keeps pushing back harder? Like no matter how much effort you give, the world tests your resolve again and again. That's not coincidence. That's life asking you one question. Can you withstand time? Because time, more than anything, uncovers truth. Truth about your character, truth about your strength, truth about your willingness to keep moving forward when everything in you screams to give up. Time is the greatest filter. Let something sit long enough and its true nature will rise. Struggles, disappointments, heartbreak, betrayal, rejection. These aren't glitches in the process. They're part of the process. Setbacks don't announce themselves politely. They show up when you least expect them. They come in waves. One day it's your finances. Next day it's your relationships. Then it's your faith, your focus, your drive. And right when you think you're catching a break, boom, another hit. But here's what most don't realize. Adversity is predictable. It's part of the price. Problems are guaranteed. Resistance is certain. And challenges, they are the currency of growth. Yet none of these things are permanent unless you make them so. Think about this. When you're facing something truly hard, something that scares you, your brain tries to outsmart you. It hands you another task, something else to focus on. Something useful, sure, but easier, a little more comfortable. And before you realize it, you've traded the thing you must do for something you can tolerate. That tiny compromise, that's the beginning of a bigger loss. Every time you allow that easier option to win, it gains strength. It becomes more persuasive. It starts controlling your choices. It whispers, at least you're doing something, when deep down you know you're running. And here's the danger. Every small surrender becomes habit. But what if, just what if you decided today that you're the one who never surrenders? The kind of person who rises stronger with every storm. The kind of person who doesn't break, but builds. How do you defeat someone like that? Someone who refuses to back down. Someone who uses pain as fuel. Someone who treats failure like training. You don't. Because champions are not built in comfort. They're formed in conflict. Everyone's going to face something. That's not unique. That's not special. What is special is the response. The difference is always in the response. I once read a line that hit me deep. We all have problems. What sets us apart is how we choose to face them. So ask yourself, are you solving your problems or marinating in them? Are you healing or reliving the same pain every day? Are you moving forward or hiding behind excuses dressed up as logic? One day, you'll look in the mirror and face the cost of comfort. You'll wonder how much potential you left on the table. And it won't be because you lack talent or opportunity. It will be because you chose easy over effort. Motivation is fleeting. It's based on mood, on timing, on hype. But discipline doesn't ask how you feel. It just shows up. You might be afraid, you might be uncertain, you might second-guess everything, and that's okay. Courage is not the absence of fear, it's refusing to let fear lead. When fear shows up, discipline steps in. That's the bridge. I'm nervous. I don't think I'm ready. I'm unsure. Good, do it anyway. That's what discipline sounds like, and that's what it takes. There's a quote I live by. It's one I keep in my back pocket when things get dark. Out of the night that covers me, black is the pit from pole to pole. I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. That piece of writing reminds me, no matter how brutal life becomes, my soul is still mine to command. Under pressure, still standing. Bleeding, still breathing. Afraid, still going. I wasn't always this person. I used to run from hard conversations, from discipline, from accountability. I used to shrink when life pressed in. I avoided pain like it was poison. But pain taught me something comfort never could. What pain have you been through that turned into suffering? It's not the breakup that destroyed you. It's the years of repeating, I'll never love again. It's not the failed business that broke you. It's the voice that still says, I'll never succeed. Pain is real, but suffering is optional. It's the echo that we allow to live long after the moment has passed. And some of you are stuck, not because of what happened, but because of the story you keep telling yourself about it. So here's the challenge. Are you going to let fear, doubt, and delay run your life? Or are you finally ready to stand in the fire and fight for your future? This is the moment you stop blaming the past and start building the future. This is the day you stop asking, why me? And start declaring, why not me? Don't wait for confidence. Move with courage. Don't wait for clarity. Move with conviction. Now is your time. So get up, get moving, and be the person you were born to become. What pain have you carried that was never unpacked? Not just emotional scars, but those silent burdens you tried to bury, wounds you never gave yourself permission to heal. They linger, they wait, not in your busy moments, but in the silence, in the stillness. When the noise dies down, that old suffering taps you on the shoulder and whispers, remember me? And maybe you're tired of hearing from it. Maybe you've shouted back, no, I've moved on, I've grown, I'm not stuck anymore. But does your life reflect that truth? Today, draw a line in the sand. Not tomorrow, not next year, today. Make the decision that suffering will no longer have a place to live in your story. Because pain is real. Pain is part of the journey. But pain doesn't have to become your identity. Suffering is optional. The presence of pain doesn't mean you failed. It means you're playing a bigger game. It means you're living, stretching, growing, becoming. The size of your pain often reflects the size of your purpose. Life doesn't make things hard to punish you. It makes things hard to promote you. You grow in the stretch. You strengthen in the struggle. Think about it. If your muscles never experience resistance, they never tear, and they never rebuild stronger. Growth only happens when you're under pressure, when you're pushing limits, when you're straining against something that demands more of you. Imagine a weightlifter entering the gym, always lifting what feels comfortable. Week after week, month after month. Do they get stronger? No. Comfort doesn't create change. It's when the bar gets heavy, when the reps start to burn, when your arms tremble and your body wants to give up. That's when growth is earned. That's where transformation begins. And life is one giant weight room. Every setback, every betrayal, every heartbreak is resistance designed not to crush you, but to forge something greater within you. But here's the truth most never admit. When it gets heavy, when the weight feels unbearable, many people walk away. They say it's too much, they set it down and leave, and they miss the breakthrough waiting just beyond the strain. So, hear this. Taking a breath doesn't mean giving up. You may need to rest, but do not surrender. You might need to pause, but do not retreat. The win is always on the other side of what feels impossible. Victory does not come from showing up and coasting through. We hear people say showing up is half the battle. No, it's not. Showing up is the starting line. The real battle begins when you stay, when things get heavy, and you choose to press on anyway. You don't get to be limitless by doing the minimum. You get there by pushing past what others avoid. You get there by staying when it's uncomfortable, by rising when it would be easier to stay down. The world hands out excuses like candy. You're tired. You've done enough. Take the easy route. But if you want to live fully, if you want to feel your soul come alive, you've got to want progress more than comfort. You've got to want meaning more than ease. And no, you don't need a massive goal to change your life. You don't need a 5-year vision. You need one reason, one meaningful reason to get up, to move, to try again. That's enough to ignite momentum. Maybe it's your family. Maybe it's a future you're determined to reach. Maybe it's proving to yourself that you are not who your past says you are. Whatever it is, wake up for that. When you have something to chase, even the hard days feel worth it. Discipline isn't a prison. It's your path to freedom. Purpose doesn't weigh you down. It lifts you up. It gives meaning to the pain and power to your progress. This is the life you were meant for. Not one without hardship, but one with direction, fire, and fight. One where your suffering doesn't define you, but your resilience does. So here's the challenge. Look at the weight you're carrying. What are you going to do with it? Will you drop it, or will you rise with it? Today, choose to grow through the tension. Don't run from it. Don't numb it. Face it. Lift it. Use it. Let it build you. This is your invitation to rise, to train your soul through struggle, to refuse the easy exit. You are stronger than you think. You are more capable than you feel. And everything you need to become who you were born to be is already inside of you. Now take that first step. Not someday, today. Because no one's coming to lift the weight for you. It's your turn. Are you ready? Man, listen. There is a purpose behind your need for change. I don't need to know your name, your background, or what you're currently facing to tell you this. If you're waking up every day feeling unmotivated, numb, or like your life's direction is unclear, it's not because you're broken. It's because you've been still for too long. You were built to move, and when things stop moving, they decay. The issue isn't that you're weak. The issue isn't fear. And it's not that the challenge is too big for you. The real problem? You believe the journey was supposed to feel easier than this, but it was never meant to be easy. This path you're walking, the one full of walls and detours, it's exactly how it's supposed to feel. Every setback, every rejection, every exhausting moment is part of the curriculum. These aren't interruptions. These are the assignments, the tests that shape the version of you you've always wanted to become. You didn't read the fine print when you started chasing your dream, but it was there. The climb comes with the calling. So, stop wishing away the process. Learn to greet the discomfort. Welcome the silence. Smile through the struggle. Because one day, sooner than you think, you'll look back at this season and call it the good old days. The season where you built your backbone. See, the gap between those who grow and those who stay stuck isn't natural talent. It's not luck. It's not some magical advantage they were born with. It's about perseverance. It's about showing up when nobody claps for you. It's about getting up when your legs are shaking. It's about giving yourself a shot when the odds are stacked against you. Every morning you choose discipline over ease. You make a deposit into your future. Every time you resist quitting, you prove you're not built like everyone else. Some people talk about becoming better. Others get up and go do it. I used to stare at the mirror and wonder what version of me could exist on the other side of hard work. I wasn't chasing perfection. I just wanted to stop breaking promises to myself, so I stayed in the fight. I kept pushing, even when it hurt, even when it felt like nothing was changing. And you know what? That was the change. If you're still breathing, you still have time. If your heart's still beating, your story isn't finished. You don't need permission to become everything you're meant to be. You just need a plan. You need discipline. And above all, you need consistency. That's the secret everyone keeps looking past. Consistency is what separates the daydreamers from the doers. It's never just about what you do. It's who you are becoming in the process. Your values, your habits, the way you treat people when no one's watching. That's what builds a legacy. Success isn't sustained by talent, it's sustained by integrity. You have to live a certain way, move with purpose, think with vision, and act with courage. And yeah, risk will be involved. But here's a hard truth. If you risk nothing, you could end up sacrificing everything. Regret will haunt you longer than fear ever could. There's no safety net big enough to hold a dream you never pursued. Real growth lives outside your comfort zone. Respect, reward, resilience. They all wait on the other side of risk. So be bold, face the fear, and then move anyway. Because at the end of the day, you've only got one life. And if you live it with clarity and commitment, that one life is enough. When you give everything you've got, life has a funny way of returning the favor. But when you hesitate, when you don't show up, you already know the result. You miss out on the opportunity, the role, the relationship, the breakthrough. You miss the moment that might have changed everything. But when you show up, even if you're tired, even if you're unsure, you place yourself in position. And that position creates possibility. Failure, that's not the enemy, it's the training ground. Every breakdown carries the potential for your next breakthrough. And sometimes, when life forces you to slow down, when the momentum stops and you're left sitting in silence, that's not a setback, that's a reset. That's the moment where the foundation is rebuilt. That's where the spring gets recoiled for the next level of launch. So don't curse the pause, embrace it. Let me leave you with this. What if you treated the next 30 days like your life depended on it? What if you committed not to a result, but to the process? No shortcuts, no excuses, just showing up fully every day. That version of you keep imagining, it's real. But it won't arrive by accident. It'll arrive when you stop waiting and start moving. So here's what I want you to do right now. If this spoke to something deep in you, don't just feel inspired. Act on it, write it down, make a commitment, say it out loud. And if you're watching this, take a second, like this video, drop a comment with what you're committing to, and share it with someone you believe still has fight in them. Because this isn't motivation for the moment. This is the message for the move you've been avoiding. Now go, you've got work to do.